back again. Episode 6, all the above. 6 episodes in. What's good? What's good with it?
Chilling, man, yo. Just, keeping grinding, keep the content coming, keep on supporting us. Subscribe to all the things on every platform, YouTube, Spotify, Apple. Yeah, just keep rocking with us.
Yeah, we're getting it in. So we took a little break because of the holiday. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. How was your holiday?
It was all right. It was a little different. Ain't nobody playing no spades, you know what I'm saying? None of that going on. It was light. It was probably the lightest Thanksgiving, but I mean, it's coming to be expected things that's going on. So it was cool to just get some good food, hang out with your family. That's what it's about anyway.
Yeah, it was cool, man. Just lay back and eat. Watch a little bit of football. It wasn't too much, but
I don't need to talk about that.
I ain't gonna bring it up.
We ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna jump right into it. It seems like every time we record, it's like some breaking news, a trade pop off, like literally right before. So John Wall for Westbrook. I think wasn't a draft pick included too.
I don't know, man. I just been seeing it all over the place, man. I have mixed emotions about it.
Oh yeah, I know you do.
I'm a huge John Wall fan, so not even. And it don't got nothing to do with basketball. So
right.
Like being from DC, I think John Wall is probably the most beloved player in DC besides Gilbert Arenas. And it's not even because of basketball. It's just like all the stuff he does outside of the court. I think we talked about this before. And so I'm sad to see him go. From DC, but I live in Houston, so I'm happy to see him, come down to Houston. For him to have a fresh start coming off the injury, I'm just happy for him to, get a fresh start. Sometimes that's what you need, man. That's all you need to refuel you. It's just a new spot, new place. I mean, Houston's a lot different from DC. I think he'll like it down here. So, I mean, he got a big opportunity, so I'm happy for him.
Yeah, it's dope to, like you said, get a fresh start. And you get to play with Boogie, man. We finally get to see it. So I know it's in the later stages of their career, but that's still dope to see.
I didn't even think about that. I forgot Boogie was down here. So Boogie is a big addition. I think he's gonna be healthy. He's got the skills. He's one of them guys that doesn't base his game off athleticism that much. Right. I mean, he uses athleticism against bigs, but he's a skill guy. So hopefully, his skills ain't going nowhere. So hopefully he's still able to do, the things he do. He's trained by a guy out of DC named Keith Williams, who's, a fabulous trainer, one of the best trainers in the business. And, hopefully he come down here and, do work, you know what I'm saying? So, with Harden and John Wall and the other guys, the Woods, and shout out young Kenyon Martin, got drafted by the Rockets, so we got him down there, and they got a good solid starting five. We see bench operate. Man, I'm happy, man, because I got a couple guys, man, down here that I rock with. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, that's dope. So on the other end, what you think about Washington with Westbrook?
See, I don't know what Washington's trying to do.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's always good. Sometimes you need a new space. I mean, for Westbrook is, his second, he going somewhere else back-to-back years, which is, we might not want to do, but, it's going to be his show. He get to come back into a position where it's his show. Yeah. And I think he's the type of guy that can lead a team. You give him a couple more pieces somehow, and he can lead a team to the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Because he can help the team go. You see what he did at OKC. So, I'm excited for the city because he's a dynamic player. I mean, he's a lot like John. He's a very dynamic player. He's going to bring a lot of excitement to the city. He go hard, and DC love that type of guy. A guy who just go hard. You know what I'm saying? They appreciate stuff like that. So, I think both people on both teams got, a solid. I mean, they're very similar. So I think they both got something out of the deal.
Right, and I think the thing with Westbrook going to the Wizards, he get to pair up again with Scott Brooks. So he gonna be back in getting his sweet spots in the mid range, knowing when to pick and choose, when to be aggressive, when not to be aggressive, which is rare. But we got Brad Beal, 30 points a game. So you think his game gonna be affected a lot?
Nah, because they're similar. But you know what's crazy? I didn't even think about. A lot of what Westbrook does normally, he does a lot of mid-range pull-ups, right? He goes to the right, let that stop, shoot the mid-range.
Right.
He wasn't able to really play like that in the D'Antoni system because they don't want mid-range shots. They want threes or layups. I bet you that really affected his game a lot because that's really a staple of his game, that mid-range pull-up. He's not a three-point shooter. Never been a three-point shooter. If he gets it going, he gets it going. He'll knock a three down. But his mid-range off that pick and roll, snaking the pick and roll, and popping up and shooting that mid-range is what made him tough to guard because you didn't know if he was going to do that pull-up or he was going to fake and go by you and score the layup. But that pull-up coming against the big, when the big's coming up, and you don't know what he's going to do, that was a big staple of his game. And I was taken away. And I didn't really think about that till you just said Scott Brooks because on that D'Antoni system, the same way Melo took a lot away from what Melo did. It's the same thing. You know, that's taking like half your game away.
Right.
Big, which is big, and I think he'd be back in his. I mean, just having an ultimate green light with Bradley Beal, those guys got to lead the way. He'll be straight. I think he'll be back to his normal form. Like I always say, when it comes to NBA, or when it comes to any sport, it's about being comfortable.
Fit.
It's about being comfortable and the fit. So I think he'll be perfect.
Yeah, I think they might sneak in the playoffs, man. I know, like you said, Westbrook he can lead a team. The East is a lot deeper. Pause. But I think I think Westbrook could make a run. Maybe 6, 7, 8. It's gonna be tough. I think Atlanta gonna make a run for it too.
Name teams because it's tough. It's tough.
I got Brooklyn.
It sounds good if you start naming the teams.
Okay, Brooklyn.
Okay.
Milwaukee.
Okay.
Miami.
Okay.
Boston.
You said Raptors?
Toronto. That's 5.
Okay.
Now here come the hard part is the 3.
Orlando?
Nope. I'm going with Atlanta over Orlando.
Okay, but Orlando made the playoffs last year, didn't they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Washington. It's tough between. I'm trying to think of who else. I'm missing somebody. I can't think of who.
I feel like we're missing it.
Philly. I'm
Philly. Yeah.
Philly gonna be in the top 5. So, I mean, it's gonna be tough.
That's 7 right there. When I ain't even naming, I took out that was 7, and I just took out who you just said, Atlanta, right?
Yeah, Orlando.
Orlando and Atlanta.
And then
I mean, it's gonna be tough.
Indiana gonna be all right
Indiana.
Too. Yeah.
Easy, bro. Because you add who'd you add?
I swapped Atlanta for like Orlando basically, and then swapped Washington with Indiana basically.
Indiana's gonna always be solid.
Yeah.
It's just they're always gonna be. They're never not solid. It's no matter who's even there, they're always gonna be solid. And I think it's just because they're in Indiana and they just have nothing else to do but play basketball. For real, they ain't got nothing else to do. You know.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see.
Both sides, man. I mean, the way that people are pairing up, they're making it difficult. Like it's not gonna be easy. It's not going to be easy. It's going to be a barn burner, man. Stuff is starting right now.
Right.
It's going to be crazy. It's going to be interesting to see.
So I got the method to my madness is if Washington is a 7 or 8, Brooklyn is 1 or 2, I want them to go head to head.
So you think Brooklyn's going to be 1 or 2? What makes you think that?
Well, I think
all in.
I'm all in. Yeah. I'm all in. I think Milwaukee, if they would have ended up with Bogdanovich, it was clear cut.
Where did he go? Atlanta.
The Hawks, yeah. So I think Milwaukee's it's gonna be close. There might be a 1, there might be a 2. I don't think they're gonna go lower than that.
I gotta see Brooklyn first. You gotta see it first.
Yeah.
I mean, it look good, sound good, but you gotta see it.
I told you, I'm all in. But like you said, I got to see it.
This is the same thing when they got Paul Pierce, KG in there, man. They thought it was going to be sweet in. We got to see it.
Yeah.
Brooklyn's a different place, man. This atmosphere, everything's different in New York, bro. It's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. I think KD and Kyrie can handle it, but what about the other dudes?
True. Especially with the expectations.
With expectations, you know what I'm saying? Like, It's different. It's easy to go out there and play when you ain't got no, you know what I'm saying, no pressure on you. It's like, y'all the young guns, y'all just come in and it's easy.
Right.
But it's different when they on your ass. Like, we supposed to be the #1 seed. We supposed to come out. We got these two superstars. You gotta do this, do this, do this. Now I have a role for you. It's defined, and this is what we need from you.
Right.
Can you do it every night? It's different.
We're gonna see. I mean, I think they're still gonna make some moves. Because I think Dinwiddie always
I like all their players though. I like everybody they got. I like all their players.
Yeah, me too.
So we'll see.
They loaded. So staying on the NBA, Brown got a 2-year deal today. Over north for $80 million. So of course that's like a thank you. Laker for life.
Thank you.
He deserved it though.
Underpaid, really. I mean.
Oh yeah, he is underpaid. He the biggest bargain in the league at $42 million a year.
I mean, it was like the same thing as Jordan almost. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you can't. It's nothing you can really pay him to equal. I mean, it is, of course, but I mean, it's nothing they will pay him that he is equivalent to what he does and brings. Not even just the basketball stuff. It's just everything that embodies LeBron. So, I mean, and he makes everybody better. So the thing about it is he gets everybody else paid too. So I don't know, man. He up there, man. He up there. I ain't gonna say what you thought I was gonna say. Go. I was gonna say that. You got too excited.
I almost got you to say it earlier, a couple episodes back. You was close.
You never almost got me to say that.
Close. You didn't say go, but you were saying like, man, the expectations he had. Man,
no, for sure. When it comes to that, like if that's he to go to that. For expectations in all sports, he gotta be up there. They gotta be up there.
Yeah.
Probably #1. I mean, but I feel like I'm missing some people when I think about it, because I feel like as a football dude or something I'm missing. But hey, as far as that goes, #1.
Yeah. So staying in LA, so Paul George, he was on all the smoke. Shout out to Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes.
He almost made it to where he on.
Yeah, man, bruh. I don't know what he be on, man. He be tripping. Like, it's never his fault. It's everybody.
Love Paul George, dog. Like, as a basketball player and as a person, like, he's super cool, good dude. Man, you gotta stop doing that, though. You gotta stop doing this type of stuff. Some people just like, it's hard because you always got the media in your face. You always got people always asking you questions. Sometimes you know, people take things out of context and different stuff like that. But sometimes you just gotta be on your grind. Like, you can't even talk to people. Just get on your grind and get where you want to go. Like, and then talk. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Because if you're in a position like him, no matter what you say, even if it's true, they're going to take it and run with it in a different way and make it look a certain way every time. Like, even if it's true. Right. It's going to look like a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because people feel like, man, he ain't getting it done. All they remember is the last time they saw you and you wasn't getting it done in the playoffs. Right. They don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear your excuses. They definitely don't want to hear you blame it on somebody else. Right, exactly. But that seems like it's always the case. It's like, he was hurt. Now it's Doc Rivers' fault. Doc didn't maximize him to let him do what he do. He said he had him doing pan downs and doing stuff that Ray Allen and JJ Redick could do. But, I mean, that could be true in a sense. But at the same time, you wasn't delivering when it was needed. Like Uncle Shay said, like, it's either you win or you lose, man. Ain't nobody cares about none of that, right? You know what I'm saying? And like, for me, it's either you get it done or you don't get it done. Yeah. Like, I don't even care. Like the thing about MJ that why he's the GOAT, it wasn't about like what's his numbers. Like, 'cause sometimes it's like, oh, he only averaged this, or he shot this percentage. Or same thing with Kobe. Like, she only shot this percentage. Did you get it done, or didn't you get it done?
Yeah.
Were you trying to maximize the chance to get it done? Like, yeah, right. I didn't shoot great, but I was going after it to get it done. Mm-hmm. That's the thing about Kobe and MJ. Like, maybe this shot wasn't falling that night, but they're gonna keep attacking in a way to make it. Maybe they wasn't, the shot wasn't falling. Okay, well, I'm attacking the rim then, and I'm getting to the line. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like, that's the thing. Like, you have to find a way to get it done. And unfortunately, he hasn't been able to get to that level where he's been able to take his team and take the spotlight. Like, okay, it's my turn. It's my time to take my team to the next level. And I think he'll get there, man. He's one of the most skilled dudes in the league, man. Like, honestly, footwork, handles, defense, shot. He effortless. He makes it look effortless.
Yeah, he got no holes in his game. He can do everything, like you said. He can
so I mean,
everything.
Hopefully one of these couple years he'll be able to get it done. I would like to see that for him.
Yeah, hopefully sooner rather than later, man. Because he run out of excuses, but I don't know. It just seems like he's always one step away, or one mistake away, or one blaming somebody else. So it's just always something we do, but. Staying in the NBA, one of my favorite families, the Ball family, Jello, signed a non-guaranteed deal with the Detroit Pistons, where he's been training and working out with Jermaine Jackson. So shout out to him. What you think about LeVar and the crew?
Shout out to Troy Weaver again,
GM,
Detroit Pistons, Washington D.C. own and D.C. Assault co-founder. Man, I'm happy for him. Man, I was watching an interview with LeVar. He was talking to Shannon Sharpe, and he made a great point. A lot of people talk about Melo and Zoe, and he's bigger, as far as physically stronger, and he shoots way better than he's the shooter out of the group. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And in the NBA, one thing you always need is a shooter.
Right.
And I think that he has a chance if he finds a role in a niche, just in the preseason, because I think it's going to be a training camp deal. It's basically a training camp deal. And if he gets the opportunity, if he can he don't need to average 30 and do all he need to do is show that he can help a team. And what he should do is go in there with the niche of, I'm a shooter and I'm going to play defense. I can be a 3-and-D dude. And he'll have a chance. I think he'll have a chance. You know what I'm saying? And he made another good point that he'll have opportunities now because there was an agency that's going to push him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's hard to go out there. Like before there was Dolo, it's harder to go out there and just pitch yourself. Mm-hmm. But when you have a backing like that, when you have this group has all these players, I need you to do me a favor. Give this guy a chance.
Right.
You know, all you need is that. All you need sometimes is a chance. You never know what can happen in the preseason. Somebody can get hurt. And he'll come in and get – I'm going to give you an example. When I got traded to Denver for a washing machine, and I got traded for a washing machine, a dryer that was broke, and some Tide. That's what I got traded for from the Rockets to Denver. So I'm in Denver, preseason starting, whatever. First preseason game. I'm not expected to play. I'm not one of the – I'm trying to make the team. Mm-hmm. So it was Joey Graham. They had brought Joey Graham in. We had JR, but JR was suspended for an instant in that preseason, so he wasn't even in Utah that game. Mm-hmm. And I want to say Melo wasn't playing. So we get to Utah, I wasn't playing, so I'm sitting on the bench. I wasn't even expected to play. Joey Graham pulls his hamstring. We had Aaron to follow too. Joey Graham pulls his hamstring early in the first quarter. Mm. And George Karl looks down like reluctantly, James, get in the game. I'm like, oh, get in the game, bro. I'm running the floor. You know that Utah is different. That air is different. But I'm in such a great shape. I'm just running the floor crazy. Chauncey just throwing that joint in the head. I'm just catching it, finishing, and one layup. Ended up with like 20. I think I led the team in scoring. Uh-huh. Next thing you know, George Karl calling me the poor man's JR. Call me a poor man's JR. You know what I'm saying? From a guy ain't supposed to play, you know what I'm saying? But I gave myself a chance because you never know what can happen, though. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the opportunities. You never know. He get in there, knock down Chris Copeland. Remember Chris Copeland?
Yeah.
Chris Copeland, man. When me and Chris both signed in New York, he wasn't even signed in New York. Killed in summer league, got invited to camp. Gets the camp. We in preseason. I think one of the preseason games we played Boston. He goes crazy for like 35, like 20 minutes. You know what I'm saying? He's one of those guys that just get hot. You know what I'm saying? Goes crazy, makes the team.
Mm-hmm.
Then, like during the season, like we wasn't playing, but like in the end of the game, we'll get in the game. He running pick and roll with Pablo Prigioni. He just picking and popping, killing dudes. He just scored like 10 points in 2 minutes. Next thing you know, he in a rotation.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You never know. And that got him a $9 million contract.
That's crazy.
You feel what I'm saying?
But that goes to say how talented, like, the pro, like how y'all are as pros. Like, it's a crazy level. I wish people would, like, respect more. Like, everybody can go.
Everybody can go. It's all about opportunity and fit. It's like all about opportunity and fit, bro. Like, honestly. Because if you look at, like, a dude like P.J. Tucker, we came in the league at the same time. He was in Toronto. He didn't really get a great look at first. Went overseas, came back, and was with the Suns, I believe. When he was with the Suns, he got his opportunity. They wasn't that good, so he played. But he got to show that what he does.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? His value.
Right.
Playing every night, you get to show that kind of stuff. But it's all about the opportunity. You know, everybody don't get the same, looks. You just gotta fall in the right place, man. I mean, really, man, people say all the time, it only take one person to like you. Like, it'd be one, because I had one guy that liked me and got me to Houston, got me to Denver. And then when he got in Denver, that same guy ended up in New York. So when I went back overseas, was playing, he was the reason I got to New York. But he was the guy who brought me to Denver, staying in Orchestra. You know what I'm saying? And he would text me when I was in Denver, text me every day after practice. Hey, great practice, man. Keep doing it. Just keep running. Just keep doing this. He believed in me. He was the one guy who believed in me. And that's all you need, man. Because these dudes move around. Like, you know what I'm saying? They go to different teams. There's one guy who like loves your game. Might have seen you play one time somewhere and be like, man, I love that guy. And then it'd be over for them. Yeah.
Speaking of PJ, you think you can? I think Jello could be like a PJ Tucker. They built alike, but
PJ, it's not even about. First of all, PJ's way bigger. Like, he's not. I can't explain to you his his paw eyes. You know what I'm saying? He's like he's not like he's built like a football player type of guy. Like, he's not built like everything on him. His legs are like big. Everything. He's like. You know what I'm saying? That's why he can guard those type. He's like a Chuck Hayes type of guy.
Okay.
You remember Chuck Hayes? Chuck Hayes is only like 6'5", but Chuck can guard anybody in the post. Anybody. He played with me in Houston. Nobody can move him. He'll get that low center of gravity, put his hand on your back, and you couldn't go nowhere on the post. How did Chuck Hayes stay in the league for that long? Just look at his free throw. That's why. People have niches. His niche was he couldn't be scored on the post. Like, that's his thing. And he's had a similar type of build, but he's like more athletic and stuff, and he can shoot. But I don't know, man. I think Jello could be like I look at Jello more like a Wesley Matthews maybe, or a guy like that, like a guy, a shooter, a guy who can shoot the ball, and he could be like I haven't really seen him play that much, but he can be on that type of level. I know he can shoot the ball, so that's got to be his go-to, because there's a lot of 6'5" dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to be able to, set yourself apart that way.
Right. Before we're gonna stay in the NBA briefly, only to my dog had a workout, kind of went viral.
Oh, that's old. That workout was old. That was like a month or two ago.
For real, hey man, call the phone. Y'all can call me. Like, hey, I got some in the tank, man.
Hey, look,
free agent. Like, listen, come on now.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I gave up on playing the NBA a minute ago, but I could definitely be a 3-and-D guy in the NBA.
Yeah, hit my line. Hey, we can make it happen.
Crazy thing about that video. So after the pandemic stuff happened, I come back here, I gained like probably 25, 30 pounds. But I've been like, I got my bike. I started working out on my bike and stuff. But I wasn't playing basketball until I went to that gym. And I worked out for like 3 days or something like that. And then I stopped, and then I came back the next week. And that day I came back. So I was like off for like 6 months. And then I came, and that day we worked out before that, and then we played ones, and I won every spot.
Yeah, man, you was cooking, man. That hezzy was looking like mine, but it was looking good.
That's a DC hands up, bro. Everybody has that in DC. Everybody got that. You know Steve Francis. Everybody got that.
Yeah, it was. He was looking official. So, hey, man, the NBA. Hey, hit one of us up. There's plenty of people out there that don't have the skills you got. So
training camp already started, so it's a wrap.
Hey, man, Andre Ingram came on he was.
Are you talking about the dude from the D League, the G League?
Yeah, like, no, bro. Like, it's never too late. We coming in mid-season. Hey, you never know. All you need is an opportunity.
To be honest with you, I can easily give somebody a good 10 to 15 minutes.
That's what I'm saying. So don't sell yourself short. Like,
no, I'm not doing that at all. No,
okay.
I will give a lot of people work.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people. I mean, shit, I play. I mean, people see me play every year in the Big Three. I average about 19 a game in the Big Three. I get busy in the Big Three.
Cooking them.
Big Three ain't the same, but I get busy. It's not like I'm washed now. I'm definitely not washed. I played last year, played the year before. I'm not washed. I'm just saying that NBA thing is
politics.
No, there's so many young dudes that come in. There's so many young guys. Like, if you don't have if you ain't been there, like if you haven't been, like a Jared Dudley can get away with being an older guy and getting a contract. You guys have, because they're veterans and they've been in the system. They've been in there. But you got a guy that ain't been there, 38. Ain't messing with you, dog.
Hey, man, Anthony Parker did it. I'm claiming it.
Anthony Parker, who? Anthony Parker from Cleveland?
Yeah, he was in his 30s.
And he came from Maccabi Tel Aviv. He came from overseas, Maccabi Tel Aviv. He's the Michael Jordan of Europe. Did you know that?
Yeah, kind of.
He's considered the Michael Jordan of Europe. Like, he's like a real big deal in Europe, like especially Israel. Like, he's the deal over there.
Whatever, we'll make it happen. Whatever. Hey, you get buckets. Just get buckets, no matter where you at.
Hey, man,
hey, speaking of buckets, college basketball is awful. Like, it's hard to watch in a sense. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on it? Like, I know COVID kind of probably slowed the progression of some people, some teams, but I don't know.
Somebody on Twitter made a great point, and they was talking about the style of basketball these days. The style of the pick and roll, spread, everybody. Like, it feel like everybody's just coming down and playing one-on-one. Like,
yeah,
whoever gets it just plays one-on-one, and everybody's spread out. Like,
right.
No movement, no offensive plays, like no throw it in the post and people move or give a guy a touch. Like, there's none of that going on. It's really, what I'm watching is one-on-one basketball, and that's it. Like, and we maybe drive and kick. I watched Alabama play, who actually has their head coach is an analytics guy. So he's like kind of like a D'Antoni as far as he doesn't want any twos. He wants threes. And
right.
Threes and layups, no contested twos. And I was just like, damn, they just coming down, pulling. Whoever had it would try to make a play, pulling. I see a lot of dribble handoffs between guards, and then this guy goes. That's the offense. Looks terrible, man. It looks terrible. I mean, Gonzaga, somebody said watch Gonzaga, and I think they're one of the only teams that really run an offense. But you got a coach there that's been doing the same thing. You got older guys. You got a system in place, and I mean, they're really the only team. That's why they're number one, though. That's the only team I've seen that runs any semblance of an offense. Everybody else is just out there just jacking.
Right, but they just lost their best player tonight. So
hold on, but I saw him come back.
He came back.
Somebody said he came back and started playing.
Oh, dang God, I was worried, man. I thought it was a bad injury when he came out. So
yeah, I thought somebody. Shout out to Troy Bell. He actually hit me in my DMs because he's Suggs is from Minnesota.
Okay,
and,
yeah.
You know, Troy Bell is the king of Minnesota.
Oh, okay. I know he's from Minnesota.
Yeah, if you don't know Troy Bell, Boston College. I think he's the all-time leading scorer at Boston College.
Walking bucket.
One of the greatest college players of all time. He played with him at Reggio Emilia, one of my good friends. He hit me like, "Hey man, can you find out if Suggs was wearing low tops?" Because I told him years ago the reason a lot of these dudes are getting these Achilles, because Achilles wasn't a big injury back in the day. The only person I remember getting Achilles was Dominique Wilkins. Other than that, people wasn't getting Achilles like they are now. And I equated it to the shoes that people are wearing. Everybody wears low top shoes now. Everybody wears low tops. Like all the shoes that are made now are low tops. And if you look at the low tops, there's no protection on the Achilles. There's nothing on your Achilles.
That's
true. Doing all this movement, but there's nothing on your Achilles. Like you're jumping, running, starting and stopping fast, but there's nothing on your Achilles to protect it. I just think that's one of the reasons why. So every time I see somebody tear Achilles, I look at his shoes. Like, what do they have on? Like, look at Kobe. One of my friends, Ricky Hickman, he tore his Achilles. He's Kobe fan. All he wears is Kobe's. I just look at. I think that's. I remember Clay. He tore his, and I remember he used to wear high tops. So I don't know if he switched his shoes because he got his own. They got the company in China. I don't know if his new shoe is low top or not. But you know what I'm saying. I always look at that every time somebody. Suggs has some high shoes on though. His shoes look like they're mid to highs.
So they could have protected him from that, though.
Exactly. That's what I was telling him. So I don't know, man. Hopefully he's all right. But yeah, I think that's part of it, bro. Like,
I ain't think of that. Now that I'm thinking about the injuries, just like, damn, he had on low cuts. He had on low cuts. So KD had on low cuts too, right?
KD, yeah, of course, he had low cuts. KD's shoes, the last shoes he had, not them, but the ones before that, they like stopped right at the Achilles. Like right at the Achilles point. I like they were comfortable everywhere else, but for me, I used to always have to have my shoe like above my ankle. It has to be above my ankle because I used to have bad ankle injuries. So I always try to protect them. I always wore high tops. People always make fun of my shoes back in the day because Pops Mazubonzo always talks about my shoes. Like the last 5 years, it wasn't nothing about style. It stopped with style for me like 5 years ago. Like 5 years ago, it was no more about like I was the king of wearing fresh Jordans and stuff like that. I stopped that, and it was all about like what's comfortable. So I started wearing Under Armours, these Under Armour Spawns, and every time Pops come out of nowhere and say I got boots on, all this crazy stuff. I'm like, dude, I'm just trying to be comfortable, man. That's what it's about. I'm getting old, bro. My feet gotta feel good. That's what I care about.
Hey, we gotta get him on here, man. He be having me weak on Twitter.
Yeah, I ain't get Pops on here, man. Pops people don't know about Pops, man. One of the most professional guys in the world, but he's a funny dude. He's funny dude.
So I was watching Michigan State and Duke the other night, and I just feel like we kind of talked about it. Like Tom Izzo, I think he handicapped a lot of players. I just feel like if you're a player that need development, it's one of the best places to go. But if you already like on the cusp of being a pro, I think he holds you back. Maybe I'm wrong.
I was just thinking about this today, and when you go to these schools, right? If you're not well-rounded, if you're not like a person who has a lot of skills, can do a lot of different things, can get it in any different way, you're not gonna succeed. Because when you go to these schools, they don't base what they do around what you do.
Right.
Their system is already in place, and it's going to stay the same. You have to adjust your game to what they do.
Got it.
And if you can't, like say, for instance, when I went to Florida, you know what I'm saying? They had their system in place. I went there thinking we're going to trap, we're going to run and gun, we're going to press. That's what I want to do. We did some of that, but when it got to half court, they're running pick and rolls, and I'm in the corner. Now, if I can't catch and shoot off a pick and roll, and the ball swings to me, and I'm not a great three-point shooter like that at the time, then I'm not going to be successful as I could be. Now, if I had that in my game where I can shoot the ball, I can run the pick and roll, I'm great in the pick and roll. Now I got the ball in my hands. I'm making things happen. So I'm not going to be as successful because I don't have that in my bag at the time.
Right.
So the more you have in your bag, the more successful you're going to be, unless you're a point guard. Like,
right.
I look at the kid. What's the kid that went to Villanova that's Alabama now?
The Jelly fam.
Yes.
I forgot his name, but Young Jelly.
So he's talent. Of course, he's talented, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you go to Villanova, it's a system. It ain't about all that. You know what I'm saying? You have to find dudes. If you're not able to have the ball in your hands, where it's just like, I got it, I can get it done. Like, I got the ball in my hand, I can make plays.
Right.
And that's what you do, and you can't do that there, you're not gonna look good. And that's probably why he wasn't getting the time. Now he's at Alabama, where it's just like this.
Yeah, he's cooking. I'm happy to see him.
He didn't play good tonight. One of my friends texted me and said he didn't look good because we was talking about him the other day.
Mm-hmm.
But before that, he's playing great. He looks good. He's able to do what he does. You feel what I'm saying?
He back in it was comfortable for him.
Yeah. So like, Tom Izzo is never going to change what he does for a player. True. He's always going to get his players.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You have to be great. You have to be the best you in his system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. And if you can't do it, you guys gonna sit your ass down. You have to play defense. You have to play defense. You know what I'm saying?
He's a rebounder. That's his principles. So
that's what it's. Other than that, it's like it's on you. What you gonna do?
Right. That's true.
You gonna get better? You gonna get better every year? That's why he doesn't have as many one and done dudes.
He rarely have them. They normally do two.
Because offense ain't the thing, ain't the main thing for them. Is defensive rebound. Now you're gonna get better. Are you gonna work to get better in this system? Are you gonna work to get better so that you fit in my system?
Right.
Every year? Okay. Right. Then you're gonna get better. You're gonna show that you're better. But then they end up being great pros too. Yeah,
that's true. So enough of basketball. It was an entertaining weekend in the world of boxing. Hey man, you been on the road, man. You was Sports Center, highlighted your tweet about
big viral man.
Yeah, double viral.
Double viral.
Nate Robinson, man, you know, he fell short. Shout out to him. Shout
out to Nate, man.
Ultimate pro.
Nate, you know, I actually I didn't know Nate before he came into the big three. Right. I mean, we know each other from playing basketball and stuff. You know, everybody knows each other. But I didn't know him on a personal level. Just know him, you know, from passing. And then got to the big three. Got to know him a little bit more, but not really. I really didn't. I mean, I just from outside looking in, I was like, I don't really rock with dude. Then we had like problems in the big three. We got in some fights and stuff. Just playing the big three. That's how, you know, not arguing, talking shit. So I was like, I don't really rock with dude. Then we went to this thing in Vegas, this little tournament. This is like right at the time we got announced that he's fighting. And we all was hanging out in this hotel because we couldn't leave because of the bubble. We hung out for like 2 weeks in Vegas. And we're together every day at the pool and stuff. And this is when I got to know him, you know what I'm saying? And I like this dude, man. Like, I like him, man. He's funny dude, cool as hell. Like, just he's a different breed of person, bro. Like, as far as like what he believes he can do. Like, he's sort of like me. Like, as athletically, I can believe I could do anything. Right? When I was at my peak, there's nothing I didn't think I could do. He's the same way, man. And he has the capability because that's one of the best athletes of all time to me. Right. And I knew it was, for me, I knew it was a tough hill for him to climb because he just never boxed. It's just a different thing, bro. As a guy who boxed coming up and took Taekwondo for years, I just knew that it's a tough hill to climb, bro. Especially with a guy who's been doing it. You know, going against a guy who's been boxing. Not only he's been boxing, and he's had fights, he trains with elite fighters and he spars a lot.
Yeah, I didn't know that until I saw the videos.
You can't replicate the minutes and the time you get fighting. Like, you can't replicate it. It's different, bro. It's different. It's like different than just hitting the pads. Like, knowing the ins and outs, knowing positions, knowing where somebody's going to be, like how to counter, seeing certain stuff, the feel of it is just different, bro. Like, so it was a tough hill for him to climb from the beginning. So I saluted him for even jumping in, and it was a short period of time.
Yeah, like a couple months.
Short period of time for him. When he was in Vegas, that's when he started training. When he was in that bubble, he started training then. His trainer was coming in. He was going somewhere else to train. He didn't really get like started till then. And then I was asking him, because that's the first thing I asked him, like, dog, when you gonna start sparring? You know what I'm saying? He's like, when I go back to Seattle. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's different, bro. Like, not sparring as much as the other guy.
Yeah.
This is different, especially when you're already behind the 8 ball. So shout out, I'm glad he's good. You know, it was tough for him, but I'm sure he got a good bag for it, so we ain't tripping.
He good. He doing right. He doing good. So Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, Snoop was the MVP of the night, but at the same time, it was good. It was good to see the old guys duke it out a little bit.
Much better than I thought it was going to be.
Man, for real.
I told everybody I had Roy winning. I had not watched Mike Tyson to me won, but I'm saying before the fight, I thought Roy was going to catch him with a hook coming in.
Yeah.
But I mean, they both look good, man, for their ages, man. And I think they set up a good precedent for it to, continue. I think Mike going to keep going and, have other fights. And I mean, I think people going to tune in. It's got to be the right situation.
Right.
Yeah. Tyson might fight Shannon Briggs, which is intriguing because they're both from Brownsville and that's a crazy personality. Let's go, champ. They're gonna be talking shit and
it's gonna be wild.
Holyfield, of course, you can always throw that Holyfield thing out there. That's
he always ready. He always
that's like the Conor McGregor and Diaz brothers or that's a rivalry that you don't always. I heard Lennox Lewis, I heard Klitschko, Bob Sapp. I heard all these different people.
Yeah.
So
Bob Sapp is the man. I ain't heard his name in forever.
Bob Sapp. Let me tell you something, bro. Bob Sapp's so weak. If you gotta watch some Bob Sapp, he got some weak stuff out there.
Hey, when he was getting kicked in them in his thighs. I forgot who was whooping on him.
I didn't see this man.
It was a minute ago.
Yeah, I don't want to see that because that's gonna be a massacre. I'm gonna tell you that right now. He's gonna do that man so dirty. But yeah, I mean it's a lot because he's trying to pull out this Legends League. I think he got a lot.
That makes sense.
Yeah, he got a lot of stuff he can do. I think he's gonna make a lot of money.
Right. So yeah, overall, I think the idea is good. Everybody want to see legends. Like that's like back in the day when for NBA All-Star break when all the old heads and play one-on-one, whether it was Dr. J versus Kareem. I'm kind of like do it now, but but it's dope to see. So staying in boxing again. Boxing been saving us throughout the quarantine. Another big fight on the weekend. Errol Spence Jr. Danny Garcia. It's going down. It's in Texas and Arlington, right in Jerry's World, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be Earl's hometown. It's a big fight, huge fight. A lot of implications on this one.
Yeah.
Two belts on the line. Mm-hmm. Earl coming off the car crash. A lot of people think, wondering is he damaged from the car crash and the time off and everything like that. So he got that going against him, but. I mean, from what I'm saying, he's looking sharper than ever. And Danny Garcia, he always put up a great fight. One of the best fighters in welterweight. He always gonna put up a great fight. He's dangerous, crazy left hook. Yep. It's gonna be a barn burner. I think this is probably the hardest puncher that Earl fought so far. So you got to be careful. But I can't never really go against Earl too much unless he fights Terrence Crawford. That's the only time I got to think about it. Yeah. But it's a lot of factors. So, I mean, it's a toss-up fight. It's definitely a 60-40, 50-50 fight.
Right. I might put a honey bun on the draw. Just because.
Always got to put a honey.
You never know.
What if you the one for that Tyson Roy Jones draw?
Oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. I didn't even think.
Crazy amount.
I wasn't even thinking.
Like 30, probably with like 3,400 or something like that.
And the thing about it, the Bud Crawford and Kell Brook fight, that was like 2,800 for the 100, right? Yeah. So I'm like, oh, was the fight in the third round? Fourth, and I'm over here like, hey, it's going back and forth. I'm counting my bread.
It was on its way, bro. It was. He had to lead with his head. It was on its way, bro.
I was like, we going to Sizzlers.
Right. Yeah, I mean, that's not a bad. Because the way they both fight, that's not a bad bet for Danny and Earl. Earl's always going to have. It depends on how you fight. So, like, if you saw him fight against Porter, he chose to fight Porter's style. Like, I'm gonna prove that I can fight your style and beat you. And he fought toe-to-toe the whole fight. You know what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. I mean, I ain't gonna say he didn't have to do that, because when you fight Sean Porter, you're gonna have to eventually stand your ground, because he's gonna come at you.
Right.
But I don't think he has to fight that type of fight versus Danny, but he might. He might just be like a dog fight. You never know. So looking forward to it. I'm gonna be tuned in somewhere in Houston, looking at it. Oh man.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. Boxing been holding us down, man. I'm thankful to, we got, because college football is a mess. So the NBA hasn't started yet.
Hey man, as long as Notre Dame continue to do what they gotta do, and Cincinnati act like they want to get in the playoffs, but they're not ever gonna get in there, I'm good.
Shout out to Kyle Hamilton.
Like get in there, but they're not ever gonna get in there. But look good, It look, they go undefeated. They can always say they cheated us.
Yeah, like UCF. Always make a banner.
Remember that year they let Clemson in? We was undefeated.
Yeah, go ahead and put the banner up and put it somewhere, a billboard in Clifton.
Bullshit, man. We supposed to win the whole national championship. We could have beat Notre Dame, dog.
Yeah,
actually be a good game though.
It'd be some revenge. It'd be some implications in that game.
Notre Dame versus UC is a good. Notre Dame versus UC is a good game.
Storylines galore.
I like
Brian Kelly left Cincinnati. Notre Dame interested in Fickle. So it's just like, and it's close. It's like 3.5 hours, 3 hours. So it's not. Yeah, it could be good. It's just
some of them teams. Cincinnati don't want to see none of the rest of them teams, but Notre Dame, because their offense ain't too crazy, I think Cincinnati can get at them.
Right. Shout out to Kyle Hamilton, man. They did them dirty last week, man.
Yeah,
they did them dirty.
Yeah, they did them dirty, but we right back this week. We got this. We got some bums this week. I think we got like 30 or somebody. So we right back at it.
He all good. So yeah, man, it's crazy, man. The world is a wild place. In the social media spectrum, everything is, you can't hide nothing. So what we about to talk about, I don't even know if you want to say, what are they on? What is she on? What is he on?
I have a crazy perspective about this.
Okay, I'm here. I'm listening.
What that a lot of people won't understand unless you. So we on the what is he on or she on? We going with, what's her name?
Larsa Pippen, and then Malik Beasley for the T-Wolves. Yeah, Malik Beasley. Funk Flex.
Oh.
Funk Flex is tripping.
Funk Flex has got to be in there. But I don't know why he did that. It could be a health reason. So I can't give him too much hell for him getting lipo. I don't know why he had to record it.
Yeah, that's wild. I don't know.
It might have been some health issue because he's an older guy.
True.
So I can't put that past him. I can't judge him too much for that.
Right. That's true. That's a good point.
So I'm not going to give him, but Pippen, he tripping. I'm going to tell you why he's tripping. People was talking about her in Future, I saw an article recently where she was talking about the reason she was going so hard in these streets like that. She was talking about how she was a mother and she was just taking care of all the stuff with her kids, and she didn't have the time to have a life for herself. So when she got the opportunity, they was broken up, and they did what they, she was doing what she was doing. Mm-hmm. And I understand that. I get that.
Right.
I really do. And I don't even judge her for it.
Right.
But at the same time, you have to look at your kids too. Because your kids get affected. And now her kid that's in college is getting hit the worst. You might not care what people say. Clearly, you say.
She don't give a damn.
I've heard multiple things. When you know people, or you know people that's in the know, you hear all kinds of stuff. I done heard all kinds of stuff about this lady.
Right.
I never met this lady before in my life. I don't know if it's true or not, but those are things. But if I heard it, I know you heard it as the person they're talking about.
Right.
You know, see blogs, and it probably don't affect her. She probably living her life. She's used to it. She's living in that Kardashian world. She's probably used to it. But when your kids start getting affected, it's different, bro. It's different. That's when you got to be. You have to look yourself in the mirror and be like, yo, I got to chill. Because now people are on social media killing them.
Yeah, man.
People playing against him, probably talking about him. It's probably really bothering him to the point he had to say social media.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a blessing in disguise. There's no fans.
Yeah.
Cause boy, if he had to go into a hostile, like a rep arena or something like that, hostile environment, they weren't gonna let him have it.
It's your mom's though, bro. Like, see, that's the thing. It's your mom. Like, your mom's is the most sacred person in your life, bro. Like, for your mom's out there like that is like, damn. I'm not even thinking about Pippen because Pip, I'm sure he did whatever he did in his life. You know what I'm saying? And he chose that whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't think about him. But as the kids is what I'm thinking about. Like, damn, bro, I can just imagine, like, it's one thing to know your mom is going like that, but it's another for everybody else to know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. But let me tell you about the other side. So a lot of people going on Malik Beasley, but I don't really, other than the fact he's married, let's put that out there. He's dead ass wrong for that.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
He's out here frolicking, holding hands and swinging arms like nothing's wrong.
Wilding, yeah.
He's for sure wilding with that.
Yeah.
But I looked him up because I didn't know about him like that. I mean, I heard his name and stuff like that, but I know about it. Just seen he signed that big contract.
Yeah.
And man, people don't understand. Like, people always ask, like, why would he mess with her? That's one question they ask.
Right.
Why do people always mess with the Kardashians? I'm gonna tell you why.
Ain't money.
Some guys do. One of the reasons why, the biggest reason why, is sometimes those dudes want to be around people that, like, they don't have to take care of. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're on the same, not the same level, but
see,
they have their own stuff.
Right.
Not only they have their own stuff, they're putting you onto stuff that you had no idea existed. Like, she's in a world, she lives in a world with them that you don't understand. Like, you don't have any clue what's going on because you're not from that world. She's introducing you to stuff like, and if that's the type of, like, if you look at all the chicks that's in his little thing, they all look the same.
They look just like triplets.
Like, so if that's what you do, if that's your lane, that's the type of chick you like. But you got, we're not excluding his wife because that's who he should be with. So right. That out. But if these are the type of chicks you got, and then you got the one older one that's on the game, that know everything, don't really need anything from you, but to, you know what I'm saying, might spoil you. She might be buying you stuff and then showing you stuff that you never experienced, like PJs and designer stuff that you never heard of.
Right.
These exclusive ass places and, like, that you never thought, like a new world that you never understood. Like, then, I mean, you can't. I have a story, but I can't tell the story without implicating others. I have a dope story, but I can't. I have a dope story that, like, okay.
You can tell me off camera.
I'm gonna tell it without saying the names.
Yeah.
So one of my friends, was dealing with somebody. One of my friends who has money was dealing with somebody that has more money than him. And he was very surprised. He was turned on to a life he didn't even know existed, which opened his eyes. Like he's introduced to a life that, because them people that's like that, they live a different life. I can't explain it to you. They live different. Like when you go to their house, they have valet.
Like more than past the Great Poupon.
They got a valet at their house.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
That's wild.
That's different. Like, it's different type of stuff. Like you don't go to the mall. Like the mall comes to you. Like the people bring the stuff to you.
That's wild.
And you don't pay for it. They just give you stuff. Like they give you stuff to wear. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different thing.
Different lives, yeah.
People send you stuff. Like, I mean, most NBA football players, stars live that kind of life, but it's just different. That you won't understand that type of thing. Like once you're in that type of lifestyle, you're like, man, I like this. I like this type of stuff. Like I don't want to go back to like he messing with the other chick, the stripper joint. He paying all her bills. Paying her mama bills.
Yeah. So he don't get a break with them.
Hey, if you had the same looking shit, you got the same shit. They look the same.
Right.
They do the same things, probably same things.
Mm-hmm.
One, pay her own stuff and might pay for you, put you on the stuff. And you gotta pay for all her stuff.
Everything. Yeah, that's easy. That's an easy decision.
I'm emailing this, but I ain't even texting you. I'm just emailing you like, I'm gonna do this, but if you want to still be involved, I can. You know what I'm saying? That's how you want to do it. I mean, so that's what I'm giving you the perspective, I think, from where he's coming from. Why he's the wilding out part, I'm not justifying none of that. I'm not justifying any of it. But
right.
Just to give you the perspective, but
yeah. So I mean, it's wild. It's just crazy. It's just been viral the last couple of days, so we had to talk about it. So we was chopping it up this morning, talking about music, top 5 with the Apple. I like that, man. Kind of let you know what you've been listening to. Now it's kind of looking like over the years, it's kind of like the way I listen to different type of music. I think going back to like 2016, it was just like Future, Ross, Young Thug. And like 17, it's just like Kevin Gates, and like it just changes. So we had a similar list. I kind of like some of my lists like made me seem like I just listen to all trap music, which I kind of do. But I got some Shalimar in there and some Bobby Brown, but it didn't have enough hours to meet my top 5. But it was just like they tied for the 5th spot. But
I'm surprised by some of mine. So
yeah, me too.
I got
more Future.
You got Money Man at number 1, just like I do.
Yeah.
And I got Money Man at 39 hours.
Mine's is insane.
How many hours?
84.
That's crazy. But I might not listen to as much music as you do either. I only listen to like when I work out, sometimes in the car. But when I'm in the car, I'm listening to series a lot too.
Yeah.
After Money Man, the next person I have is Sada, but his next hours is 10.
See, my Sada is 35.
See, my Sada is from overseas. Like I was listening to that first joint heavy, like overseas is heavy. And then I got some R&B in there. I got the Good Division in there.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? I rock with him heavy. Then I got Future, Pee Wee Longway, Rowdy Rich, Notorious B.I.G., Frankie Beverly and Maze. This next one shocked me. Jacquees. And then Trouble. And then Trouble is my last one.
I think I got Money Man, Sada, Lil Baby, All-Star JR. It's like a 5-way tie. All-Star JR, Future, which I listened to way more Future, so I don't know what that is. So it goes Future, Ross. It's like they're all at 15 hours. Future, Ross, Dolph, Bobby Brown, Shalimar.
But you know what's crazy? If you look at my songs, the song, like, you know how you can do the songs?
Yeah.
Like, all of it's Money Man.
That's how.
All of it's Money Man. All of it's Money Man. Shout out Money Man, dog.
Yeah, shout out to Money Man. I was embarrassed myself. I checked the song list, and I said I played a courtesy 150 times.
Mine is Memphis. Memphis is my number one song.
Yeah, Memphis is that song go. If y'all need a Money Man playlist, holler at one of us. Both of our playlists.
Yeah, we got that ultimate Money Man playlist for y'all.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I have more R&B. I am R&B man. I'm surprised.
Yeah, you say you R&B king. I was surprised I had enough to register.
Division. I don't know how Jacquees got in there, but Jacquees, I got 3 in my top 10, but I'm surprised. Like, you know why I got so much Pee Wee?
Because of Money Man?
Exactly.
Pee Wee hard, though. Pee Wee hard.
But I rock with Pee Wee. I rock with Pee Wee.
He don't get his credit. Like, Pee Wee cold to me.
He slept on. People be sleeping on Pee Wee.
Yeah,
I'm surprised I got a lot of Roddy Ricch. I don't feel like I don't listen to that much Roddy Ricch, but I got a lot of Roddy Ricch.
Yeah, I was on a Roddy kick. I went to LA last winter, so I just felt like I think from that time, from like January, and I think the box came out. So like that was my song. Like I know they're gonna play it in the club, so I'm about to learn all the words. But the thing about LA clubs, they don't be playing like that. That's the only thing like how I like going out versus I'd rather go out in Houston and Atlanta versus LA and Miami.
I'm gonna tell you, DC has got the best like vibe to me.
They DC?
Like, yes, but
yeah.
They be rocking. They gonna play this. They gonna play the stuff.
Right.
And everybody in there gonna be jamming. It's a different type of party, especially day parties.
Yeah.
Man.
The brunches.
But I tell you what, that good Rose Bar is gonna miss the good John Wall, man.
Yeah. Shout out to Rose Bar.
John Wall. I'll tell you that right now. But he coming down to Houston, and we're gonna turn up, man. You know what I'm saying? You got two going out legends on one team.
Yes. Hey, the Bottle Girls. Y'all getting a stimulus package coming with John Wall, James Harden.
Man, they hurting in DC right now. The Bottle Girls in DC hurting right now. Tell me, it's a different life. Yeah. It's a different type of party in DC. Even in Houston, it's cool, but it's different in DC. Like, oh man, I know you seen the thing with the dude saying no twerking in this restaurant.
Yeah,
that's down here.
Dallas.
That's in Dallas, but they own some restaurants in Houston too.
For real.
And I don't see like I feel both sides, but in DC, they getting it in. They ain't no what?
And shout out to DC. I love go-go music too. I love go-go.
Man, you can't. I appreciate that because you can't explain that to somebody who don't
love it, man. I went to DC last summer. We saw the Chuck Brown exhibit like at the park. I love go-go. Shout out to Chuck Brown. I love go-go. So
Chuck Brown, R.I.P. Chuck Brown.
R.I.P. to Chuck Brown. But yeah, man. Shout out to DC, the go-go. But like as far as like the whole like twerking in the restaurant thing, like people eating the strip club, like I don't see what the big ordeal was.
I have no problem with it because first of all, you're playing the music for them to do that. You're creating an atmosphere.
Right.
Only problem I had was standing up on the furniture is a little different.
Yeah, right.
And I can't fault a man for trying to create an ambiance that he wants, whatever ambiance he's looking for. Now, if you're going to talk to people like that, okay, you have the right to talk to people like that. But I want the people that are talked to like that to leave and never come back. They shouldn't accept it. Mm-hmm. If he's willing to talk like that, he's willing to accept the consequences that come with talking to people like that.
Right. That's true.
And if you're willing to set them rules, you're willing to accept the consequences too. But people got to understand this. This is the only thing I agree with him on. If you don't set a standard, people always talk about like, oh, you're trying to be like the white clubs, you're trying to be like the white people. But if you don't set a standard, something, then you're never gonna be able to like stay there. So like all the best clubs in the world that stay open forever all have this same standard, bro. Like
Yeah, that's
you
true.
can't get in with this, and this.
Mm-hmm.
And they keep that no matter what. The clubs that don't keep it that way and start being, oh, you can come in with that on, man, all right, and don't keep it like that, always fall, bro. I look at Love Nightclub, bro, in DC, one of the greatest clubs all time. Mark Barnes and Taz, bro, you come in that mug without a collar shirt on, he gonna go like this. And Mark Barnes would have been a jerk about it, so he don't care. I seen him turn the NBA dudes, millionaires away, like, yo, you see that stand over there? They got the collar shirts over there. You can go get one for $20. Come back. And that's why that joint stayed at a high standard for years.
Right.
Years. Park the same way. Park the same. Mark Barnes owns Park.
Oh, okay.
Same thing. You go in Park, you're gonna see dudes with suits on. You ain't gonna see a bunch of crazy stuff on like shorts and all that. They keep the same. That's how it is, man. They keep the same things everybody else. That's why they different. You know what I'm saying?
That's smart.
When you go to Del Frisco's or you go to Roof Chris, what you put on?
Collar shirt, nice clothes. I'm putting my best
because it's an event when you go there.
That's true.
When you go to Applebee's, you might have the sweatpants and some slides on. You know what I'm saying?
It's Applebee's.
This Applebee's, you feel
right.
He's trying to keep that kind of standard where you like, oh, I'm coming out,
I'm stepping out.
When you create that standard, you can start charging what you want too.
True, that's true.
I don't see no commercials for Bentley.
No,
they don't have no commercials, bro.
It sells itself.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with these high-end places. They sell you what you're selling is the experience. What you're selling is the ambiance. This is what we bring in that's different from everybody else.
Right.
And I don't know if that's what he's trying to do, but that's what I would do if I got a damn business. I'm trying to be different. I'm trying to be the best.
I'm trying to last too.
And I'm trying to last. How are you going to sit on my brand new couches? How you going to twerk with your heels digging into my couches? Ooh, now I got a hole in my couch. Now when you come back, you talking about my couches is raggedy because I got holes in them and I got to cover it up with tape.
They're going to put you on Yelp.
Now you're going to Yelp review talking about is raggedy.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying with that.
All right, man. We appreciate all the support. Like, subscribe, share. We back at it again. Like I said, we appreciate it. We out.
Keep it going, man. Appreciate y'all.